Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I am back with what day am I up to? Day number 5 of 30 days of sketches. It's really bad when you can't remember what day it's up to and it's only on day 5. But anyway, we'll get there. I hope you guys are following along. If you're not, there's details down below. You're probably sick of hearing about them, but there are details to the Facebook page. You can go along, or you can visit my page. You can do 1,000 million things to play along with us today. Today's sketch, 3 circles, photo in the middle. Seems easy. Should be easy. Should be genuinely fairly easy. I was stumped at first at what to do. Then I thought, hang on, spotlights, lights, cameras, action. Just finished working on the school production not long ago, and I'm thinking I can do lights with a photo of me and the other staff member that was backstage crew, and we could, you know, this is good. I've got a cute little photo of us, and I got very confused right at the start. I've cut heaps of the footage out, guys, because I was having yellow spotlights and I was doing all this other stuff, and yeah, it didn't quite work. The other thing I noticed is my camera is on autofocus and it is jumping about recklessly. I normally have it set so that it's not on autofocus because I know it does this, and my color correction on this is terrible. Like, the colors did not work at all. So I apologize straight up front for those things. So here's where I'm starting thinking about those spotlights. I'm going to come in with yellow ink, and I'm start off thinking I'm going to fill this sort of circle with yellow ink. Thought that I'd cut the 3 circles in vellum as well. I was thinking vellum on either side with the yellow in the middle or something like that, and then I put the vellum over the top, and I thought for some reason the yellow might show through, and things that you think that don't actually happen. It didn't. It just didn't happen at all. Now, I just realized I forgot to thank today's sketch provider, which is Gloria Montrose. Gloria, I hope I am saying your name right. Thank you so much for a sketch that really pushed me and made me really think hard about what I was doing. I do appreciate it. So I get rid of the yellow ink, go, nope, let's turn the page over, start again. Thankfully, scrapbook paper has 2 sides, so you can start again. I always say to the girls when they come and play in the cottage, it is only paper, and that is so true. Don't ever get to a stage where you're just working on something and don't think that you can completely change your mind or start again. It can happen. Now, I did, when I started again, I cut that photo just a little bit thinner. I went into Cricut Design Space and I designed a few elements, one being these headsets. Now, these don't look like the comms that you wear backstage when you're doing theatre production, but that's okay. They look similar enough for me. So my partner in crime, Ree, who I worked with on the production, she wore the comms. I run around. I'm just a backstage lackey, and I just run around like a little crazy person, making sure that the kids get on stage, off stage, and banners and stage stuff gets moved. That's what I do. Ree is the wonder behind the comms who gets the commands from the director up in the sound booth. So she gets to wear these beautiful things, but I thought it worked well to encapsulate the photo and give the photo a little bit of sort of like something surrounding it. I also went and made a title for this page. So my title is going to be Backstage Divas, and you'll see I'm pulling out some black and white details that I think will go. Now, I'm actually working on a mini album that's black and white, so I figured that I would add some black and white elements from the elements I'd purchased for that aside. So I'm getting tongue-tied now. Grab out a few of those elements that I think are going to work. So there was the little clipboard thing for this take scene, and there was also that little film strip, and underneath that it said, at midnight I'll turn into a pumpkin and something about slippers. So I cut the bit about slippers off, and I have it that at midnight I'll turn into a backstage divas. So that kind of just goes with us. We had an absolute ball working backstage with Reed this year, and we were singing along to the songs, and the kids were absolutely amazing and they blew our minds. But we had a ball just hanging out backstage together. So yeah, we were little backstage divas. We had our own little world out there. This is part of me making that Backstage Divas title, and it took way too long because I cut the pieces way too fine and it's not perfect. But do you know what? Not perfect's okay today. So I just took out a lot of footage of me just doing like mundane sticking of this title together so you guys weren't completely bored. Thank me, yay. Here's those tricky little tiny last little detail, the little dot on the eye. Don't you hate it when you lose it? I did have to go around and find where that little eye had got to, as well as the little exclamation mark on the S there. So all those fun things you do while you're scrapping. So I am going to glue that in place. Now, I always had it in my mind to glue it up here. When I really kind of took the time, I probably should have glued it to the outside of the circle and filled in the details around it. But I think it works anyway. You know, such is moving on. Get this title done. It's taking an incredible amount of time here. Hang on. Nearly there, and then I go to pick this up and it flies away, of course, because that's what happens when you try to pick them up with the tweezers. I know better, but you know, still do it from time to time. Now I've got lots of little details to go to try to fix in here. So I've got the Backstage Divas bit, and then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling down around the bottom of the bottom circle. And it's going to say, comms on, we go live in. No, we're not. Hang on. We're not going to do that first. First of all, we're going to draw a border. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I tend to do this very, very last. Hey, I did it before I got to the last step today. Go me. So a little border around, and then I'll pop in some more details. This is that sticker I said earlier that says, at midnight, I'll turn into a backstage diva. So I'm just sticking that in there, and then I'm going to come in and do the little bit of journaling, I believe, on this side. Let's see if I'm right. I only did this an hour ago or so, guys. I shouldn't have forgotten already here. Yep, that's what we're doing. Comes on, we go live in. And in my mind, I've got a heap of these black and white stickers, washi tape kind of stickers that have numbers on them. And I'm going to cut out, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's what is we're going to go live. I don't know if it worked in the end. It probably only works in my head, but it's my layout. So today, that's all that matters. That's what I'm going with anyway. And up the top, I'm just writing Can't Sit With Us, which was the name of the production, and 2024 DSC, which is the school musical. That's going up the top there. I was trying to think of something to put on the top of the bottom circle in writing. I do some dots there, but I really had nothing else I really wanted to say, except maybe, Ree, you're the most amazing girl I know. Like, I don't know, but I didn't have much to say up there, so I left it blank for now. Here is when I'm going in and I'm finding those numbers and trying my very darnest to get the backs off without losing my mind, which, like, I think I've lost my mind anyway, but there we go. And we're going to search through until we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 on there. How many more times do I get to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Somebody count them for me and let me know at the end. Let me know also if you are playing along with the 30 days of sketches, or if you're just tuning in to see if I've completely lost my marbles or not yet, or what day it is going to happen. It may just happen yet. Are you if you're doing the sketches, do you do all of them in order, or do you do you know, so day 27 and then come back to day 3. Let me know. I would really like, give me a comment or pop over to my Facebook and let me know what exactly you get up to with the 30 days of sketches. There is the numbers. I'm not going to say it again. And I think I'm just finding a couple other little bits of butterfly, something like that there. These packets, are little packets of stickers, are actually from Temu. Don't tell anyone. And there's loads of really cool little just kind of backgroundy kind of things. And they come in a washi and in a clear. So something a little bit different. I go to put this one up there. Spoiler alert, I take that one off. I also lose that top one with the top little film strip up the top because I feel like it makes it balanced, but I feel like I'm getting drawn to the top, and I don't know, it just didn't work for me. I don't know why it didn't work. It just didn't. You can leave a message and say, wrong decision, Nat, you should have changed it up a bit. I'm loving all these cute frames and elements on this piece of washi here. I am going to choose a couple of the just single flowers to put around in amongst what I have already put on. So I'm going to cut them up there. I was absolutely surprised. You'll see me in a moment grab the rest of it. There was so many different elements. I expected to be about 30 centimeters long and then repeat, but I think it was more like 60 centimeters long and then repeated. So there was loads and loads of elements there. And I think this, when I put that flower up there, that's probably when I started to think, oh, that second piece of film strip doesn't work up there because it just hides everything, sort of goes into nothing. So moving a few more things and trying to get them to stand out and look good-ish, okay, something like that, something around that. I really do struggle sometimes to get these back ends off. They send me a bit barney sometimes. What am I doing? Just moving things around. That's what I'm doing. This one, guys, is not a very long video. It didn't take me all that long. I had a couple of big spaces of, you know, running around and doing other things, putting some washing on and all those kind of things in between. So I didn't spend a load of time compared to sometimes on this. But what I do tend to find is when I am doing 30 days of sketches, there's layouts that I'll invest a lot of time into and layouts that I will just do for me, just quickly, and not overthink them. And this was sort of one of those. I kind of, it just went, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to represent my memory of working backstage with Ree. So, and in the end, all these pages should be for us. I know I tend to sometimes get sucked into the, oh, I've got to do it for YouTube. It's got to be perfect. But in the end, it doesn't. It just has to be able to go in my album and represent a memory for me. And it's good to remember that sometimes. And for me, it's good that I remind myself of these things at times. I'm just looking for one more little bunch, I think, of flowers. Do I find it on here? I don't think I do. I think I cut it out of one of the sections I'd cut earlier. And I will then have to go and find holes to put for all these things that I have put out and pulled out of pieces but did not use. The piece of white up the front, up the top in the right hand corner there near my mouse that is always flickering in the corner, let me know if that mouse annoys anyone, because I have had one comment saying, I hate how your mouse changes color all the time and flicks. But only one. But if there's others out there, I'd love to know. So that piece of white paper is a piece of sticker paper. I've bought them in a pack off Temu, just so that when I am working, I've got places to put stickers that I'm not ready to use or want, or yeah, you know, do you get what I mean? Does anybody? Have I lost yous all? Here I'm just doing a little bit of hand dotting, guys. It's just adding a few little details around. And I actually lift this up and go, this is complete. Let me do the final bit, blah, 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 blah. And then I go, no, I want white splatter. I want white splatter. I can't go without the white splatter. So, and I also realize it's not quite stuck down. So I'm just putting glue behind some of the elements on those vellum pieces so that they will stick down. And Then I am going to go and get the splatter box, cover my photo because I've learned that I always end up with white splatter on my photos if I don't. Bring in the white glossy accents, and I'm going to do loads and loads of splatters, guys. And that is it today. Pretty much done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this one. Please feel free to comment, leave a like, or even subscribe to my channel because it all helps. And apart from that, I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of 30 days. And I hope you're having a good one until then. Take care, guys. Bye.